welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review on the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer. If you do want to see a review and a demo, please keep watching. I finally received my package from ColourPop. I think it's been 3 weeks and they finally shipped it over. I actually forgot I purchased the concealer. I did also want to purchase the foundation. The foundation and the concealer are now available on Ulta.com. I did notice that. I was like, wait, it's taking forever to get here. Next time you do want to purchase something from ColourPop, check Ulta. Here's a closer look on what the packaging looks like. It says ColourPop Pretty Fresh, and then here is the shade that I purchased it in. The shade I purchased it is in the shade Medium Dark 145W. The package did come damaged. As you guys can see, I didn't even open it. On the side here you have some directions. It tells you a little bit about the concealer. On the other side you do have a little bit of pictures, and then on the back you have the barcode and then the ingredients as well. This concealer retails for $9 at ColourPop.com, and now currently on Ulta Beauty it does come in 30 different shades, which is super exciting. Hopefully the shade does match me. Again, the shade that I purchased it is in the shade Medium Dark 145W. So let's go ahead and open this up. Here's a closer look on what the concealer looks like. I do want to read a little bit about this concealer. ColourPop's Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer is a creamy, cushiony, full coverage concealer that seamlessly blends into the skin, leaving a natural, fresh finish. Skin-loving hyaluronic acid and coconut water hydrate the skin, while full coverage pigments cover and correct blemishes. This combo leaves you with a fresh, perfect skin that lasts all day, oil-free, dermatologist tested, and ideal for all skin types. Let's go ahead and open this. It does come with a double-sided applicator. Let's swatch this. I definitely think this shade would work for me. I'm going to apply 3 dots underneath my eyes like I normally do. I already primed and moisturized my skin. For moisturizer, I went in with my Versed Gel Moisturizer, and then for primer, I went in with my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. On the left side of my face, I'm going to blend out the concealer using my brush. The concealer blended out into nothing. I don't even have any more concealer on my skin. I do want to do 3 more. Let's try to blend this out again. This time we'll do a stippling motion. We won't do an up and down motion. That's a little bit better. It did cover up my redness really nicely. On the right side of my face, I'm going to be using my damp beauty blender to blend out the concealer. Again, same thing, it didn't really cover as much. I think my beauty blender did absorb the majority of the product. We're gonna go in with another layer. Blending it out again. I'm gonna apply some concealer on my nose just to cover up the darkness. Just use my damp beauty blender to blend it out a bit. Here's 2 layers of what the concealer looks like. I do like the shade I purchased it in. Just don't like the coverage. I don't feel like the concealer is full coverage as it does claim. It says here on the packaging, a long-wearing, full coverage, creamy concealer infused with hydrating ingredients for a natural, fresh finish. It's not full coverage in my opinion. Let's take a little bit more of the concealer. We're just gonna leave it right underneath my darkness. We'll leave it on there for a little bit. I'll apply some on my nose. We'll do a 3rd layer. I could actually use this concealer for foundation, but for today I'm gonna just use it as concealer. Tomorrow when we are testing out the concealer, I'll make sure to use it as foundation. I do want to show you guys what a fresh swatch looks like and then when it dries down. So it does dry down a bit darker, just in case if you guys wanted to know what it looked like. In the meantime, I'm gonna be applying some mascara. This one's by L'Oreal. This is their Unlimited Mascara. You guys know I love this mascara. It's super affordable and it's available at the drugstore. Now we're gonna blend out the concealer using my damp beauty blender. Taking my brush, we're just gonna blend out this little section. Here's how the concealer looks like. I do like the brush side way better than the beauty blender side. It does hold a little bit more full coverage in my opinion versus the beauty blender side, which kind of absorbed the majority of the concealer. For today's lip, I'm just going to be using my Kylie in the shade 20. I'm going to line my lips and fill it in. Here's how how everything looks like. My bottom lip is a little bit chapped, so don't mind that. I will check back in with you guys at the end of the night to see how this concealer performs, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, so it is the end of the night of me testing out the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer. Here's what the concealer is currently looking like. Even though I look extremely shiny, I do like how the concealer did perform. It did kind of come off a bit where you can see a little bit of my darkness right on this side of my face using that damp beauty blender, but the brush side looks so good. I do want to take a tissue and blot the left side of my face. Here's how much of the concealer did come off, and you can still see my redness. So far, I do like how the concealer did perform throughout my day. My under eyes did not crease at all. Plus, we didn't set the concealer with any setting powder. Definitely super excited to test out this concealer for tomorrow using it as foundation. I will see you guys then. Hey guys, so it is day 2 of me testing out the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer. Today, we're going to be applying the concealer as foundation. I'm just going to dot this all over. I already primed and moisturized my skin. For moisturizer, I went with this Verse Dew Point Gel Cream. And then for primer, I used my Milani Prime and Correct. I'm just going to quickly apply this all over my skin. Taking my kabuki brush, I'm going to blend this in. Here's what one layer of the concealer looks like. It looks very natural. It's perfect if you want to go for that no makeup day, but for me, since I do have a little bit of problematic skin, like my darkness and my redness, it did cover up my redness really nicely. I do want to build a second layer. The brush that I used yesterday, I ended up washing it. I don't know why I washed it last night, and now it's very damp. This brush is okay, it's not that great. I really do love how this concealer blends out with a brush. I do want to go over the concealer using my damp beauty blender. That way we don't have any brush marks. I'm going to set my entire face using the Milk Makeup Blur and Set Powder. I'm going to set my face using the Wet n Wild Coconut Primer Water Setting Spray. For mascara, I'm going to apply the Stila Extreme Lash Mascara. For lips, I'm going to apply the L'Oreal Matte Lip Crayon in No Fig Deal. Here's how everything looks like. Please ignore my chapped bottom lip. I know it looks horrible. I will check back in with you guys at the end of the night to see how the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer performs as foundation, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, so it is the end of the night of me testing out the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer as foundation. Here's how the concealer performed throughout my day. Definitely shiny on my cheeks and on my T-zone. I'm normally oily in those areas anyways by the end of the night. I did not blot throughout my entire day. I really do love how this concealer performed. I cannot stop saying that this is the first product from ColourPop that I am truly in love with. Their eyeshadow palettes I like, and their Super Shock shadows I like too, but this is their first complexion product that I am in love with. I'm super surprised by this concealer and cannot wait to continue wearing it throughout my entire week. I will check back in with you guys at the end of the week to let you guys know my final thoughts on the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, it's the end of the week of me testing out the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer. I currently have the concealer applied on top of my Wet n Wild PhotoFocus foundation. I do get shiny throughout the day using this concealer. Even with setting powder, I do have to do a little bit of blotting. As you guys notice, this concealer is not full coverage. It is a true medium coverage. I do like how you can see a little bit of my darkness peeking through. I don't know why. I normally don't like how it looks. Applying a little bit extra concealer where my darkness is, it looks very natural. I look a little bit healthy. I look a little bit dewy. I look very radiant and I'm glowing within. My final thoughts on this concealer is that I'm obsessed with it. It does crease a little bit underneath my eyes. Like currently it is a little bit creased. I just go over it with a little bit of setting powder. It is currently creased. I'm gonna look up so you guys can see. I did set this concealer with setting powder earlier this morning. If you are thinking about purchasing this concealer, I would highly recommend it. I would suggest purchasing this concealer from Ulta Beauty, not ColourPop's website, because it is going to take forever to get here, depending on where you live. I live in Florida. This concealer was sent from LA. It's not that far, but it took quite a long time to get here. If you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.